Regret isn't just a memory. It's the ghost that rewrites your life when you're not looking. And today, we uncover the secret psychology that makes it impossible to escape. Regret is one of the most haunting emotions we carry, a shadow that lingers long after the moment has passed. And yet most of us never stop to ask why it feels so heavy, why it clings to us even when we try to move forward, why it whispers in the quiet hours of the night, reminding us of choices we didn't make, words we didn't say, opportunities we let slip away. And the strange truth is that regret is not simply about the past. It is about the way our mind constructs meaning, the way our brain rewires itself around missed chances, the way our identity becomes entangled with the stories we tell ourselves about what could have been. And when you look deeper into the psychology of regret, you discover that it is less about the event itself and more about the narrative we attach to it. Because two people can experience the same loss or mistake, and one will carry it like a burden for decades while the other will let it dissolve into memory. And the difference lies in how the mind interprets the gap between reality and possibility, the painful space between what happened and what might have happened. And psychologists call this counterfactual thinking, the mental habit of imagining alternative scenarios, the endless, if only loops that trap us in a cycle of longing for a past that never existed. And what makes regret so powerful is that it combines emotion with cognition. It is not just a feeling, but a thought pattern, a rehearsal of pain that grows sharper the more we replay it. And yet hidden inside regret is a paradox, because while it hurts us, it also teaches us. It shapes our moral compass. It pushes us to reflect. It forces us to confront the values we hold most deeply. And in that sense, regret is both poison and medicine, both a wound and a guide. And the secret psychology of regret lies in understanding how to transform it from a chain that binds us into a signal that frees us. Because when you examine regret closely, you realize it reveals what you care about most. It shows you the gap between who you are and who you want to be. It exposes the hidden architecture of your desires. And that is why regret feels so personal, so piercing, because it touches the core of identity. And yet most of us run from it. We numb it, we bury it, we distract ourselves. But the more we resist it, the louder it becomes. And the irony is that the only way to escape regret is to face it, to decode it, to ask what it is trying to tell us. Because regret is not about the past. It is about the future. It is about the choices we will make next, the lessons we will carry forward, the courage we will summon to live differently. And when you see regret through this lens, it becomes less of a curse and more of a compass, less of a haunting and more of a teacher. And yet here's the twist. Regret is also shaped by culture, by upbringing, by the stories society tells us about success and failure. Because in some cultures, regret is seen as weakness, in others as wisdom. In some families, regret is silenced. In others, it is shared openly. And this cultural lens changes the way we process it, which means that regret is not just psychological, but social, not just personal, but collective. And when you realize this, you begin to see how regret connects us, how it is one of the few emotions that every human understands, whether you are in New York or New Delhi, whether you are young or old, whether you are rich or poor. Regret speaks the same language. And yet each person's regret is unique, sculpted by their choices, their values, their missed chances. And that is why regret feels so isolating, even though it is universal. Because we believe our pain is ours alone, when in truth it is the most shared human experience. And here is where the secret psychology of regret becomes fascinating. Because studies show that people regret in predictable patterns. We regret actions we didn't take more than those we did. We regret relationships more than careers. We regret silence more than mistakes. And this reveals something profound about the human condition. That what hurts us most is not failure but absence. Not the wrong step, but the step never taken. And this is why regret feels eternal. Because you cannot undo what you never tried. You cannot rewrite a story you never lived. And so the mind keeps replaying it, keeps imagining what might have been, keeps torturing itself with phantom possibilities. And yet here is the hidden truth. Regret is also a mirror of growth, because the very fact that you feel regret means you have evolved. It means you now see the world differently. It means you now value something you once overlooked. And in that sense, regret is evidence of transformation. proof that you're not the same person you were when you made that choice. And if you can hold regret with compassion instead of judgment, if you can see it as a sign of growth instead of failure, then regret becomes a doorway, a threshold, into a new self. And this is the secret most people miss. That regret is not about punishing you for the past, but preparing you for the future. And when you embrace this perspective, you begin to live differently. You begin to take risks. You begin to speak the words you once swallowed. You begin to chase the opportunities you once ignored, because you realize that the only true regret is not trying, not daring, not living fully. And suddenly regret becomes fuel. It becomes motivation. It becomes the fire that pushes you to act. And this is why the psychology of regret is so powerful, because it is both a warning and a promise, both a reminder of what was lost and a challenge to seize what remains. And if you listen closely to your regret, you will hear not just sorrow but guidance, not just pain but wisdom. And that is the secret psychology of regret. It is the mind's way of telling you what matters most, the soul's way of pointing you toward the life you still have time to live, the hidden teacher that whispers in the silence, urging you to transform longing into action, memory into meaning, and regret into resolve.